Despite a jump in oil and gas prices, consumer spending and luxury travel are surging. Travel agency Virtuoso says that luxury trips are on pace for a 21% year-over-year sales increase. Global travel also seeing growth. Some of the fastest growing destinations include China, the UK, Ireland, the Middle East, and Africa. Joining me now, Virtuoso Vice President of Global Public Relations, Misty. Misty, it's always good to speak with you. So these trends are interesting that you're following. What are you watching?
Thank you and good morning. Well, we're following what's going on in some of those countries that you just mentioned where the outbound travel is really strong as well. We are seeing growth across all regions and across all sectors. And there are some key things driving this. First of all, people are prioritizing travel. They do not want to give up their experiences. And even though the cost is going up, they are still traveling. But we're seeing some big shifts in things like seasonality. Fall has become the new summer, particularly in areas like Europe. And so we're seeing a lot of shifting from August to September, October, and even November, which we hadn't seen before. We're also seeing that cities are really doing quite well. For a while, people had pulled back from cities. They weren't traveling there as much, but now we're seeing cities really coming into their own, and we're seeing a big jump in wellness as well.
The wellness trend, Mark Tepper's on set with me, and he found that very interesting. Mark, go ahead.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, especially, you know, with just how busy people are and stressed out people get and our addictions to the dopamine hit from having your phone in front of you all the time, all the devices we have. Yeah. I found it, you know, I went to Miraval in Tucson, Arizona a few years ago, and I found that to be just incredibly recharging for me, mentally, physically, to be away from the devices, you know, and just to kind of get away and do some meditation, yoga. I would have to assume that hard-charging people who are stressed out are finding a lot of value in things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Wellness centers and wellness-centered hotels are growing faster than the regular hotel sector, both in terms of bookings, in terms of rates, everything. They are doing better than our normal hotel set. And you just really identified three key areas of wellness where we're seeing growth. You have the people who are really into the biometrics, and they're really focused on longevity, and they want all of those stats so they can keep track of everything. Then you have the people who need to just recharge and reset, and that's an area I particularly identify with, but I think lots of other people do as well. And then you have people who are looking for it from a more spiritual standpoint as well. And you have a convergence of those three types of wellness travelers who are really driving that sector.
Yeah, no, I think it's a fascinating trend, and certainly I think that a lot of people are changing how they want to travel, because you're also finding that the types of trips that people are taking are changing, whether it's wellness or it's adventure travel or it's more family-focused travel. We know cruises have gotten much more popular in the last few years. You know, these hotels are really, whether it's the wellness hotels or it's other types of travel companies, there seems to be more of a trend now to cater to specific travelers. What are you seeing?
Oh, absolutely. The trend is to really have it as personalized as possible, especially in the luxury sector. People don't want the same trip that their friends have. They want something that really reflects them, their values, what they need, what they want from their travels. And that's what's really driving this market forward. And that's why people are willing to pay more as well. They want something that really, truly is tailored and specialized to them. And you mentioned cruising, which is really an area where we're seeing so much growth. And that's because you have new players coming into the market. You have new types of ships, new types of itineraries. And so there are new travelers coming into that sector because they are personalizing that experience so much.
Yeah, no, and I mentioned the families and the cruises because that gets your younger generation of travelers on board some of these cruises, whether these are luxury cruises or they're just, you know, Disney cruises, to be clear. I wanted to ask you this, though. You know, what we're seeing, though, on the consumer front, as we've seen, you know, we always get CPI every month. We had that report yesterday, and again, airfares jumping. So when you see airfares jumping, gasoline prices are putting pressure on the consumer, and then we also have seen hotel rates exponentially jumping really around the world, not just domestically. Do those pressure points hit travelers right now?
They do, but they hit them at different places. So The luxury sector, high net worth, ultra high net worth, are really sort of immune to those things. Really, luxury travel is very closely tied to how the stock market is performing. So as long as the stock market does well, so does luxury travel. But those more sort of mid-market travelers are really the ones who are feeling the pinch. When those airfares go up, when those hotel rates go up, they're the ones who really feel it. So you see it more at like the 3-star hotel level than you will at the 5-star hotel level.
Yeah, well, kind of a macro question, but also city maxing. Talk about city maxing.
I think this is a great trend because, like I said, people have pulled back from cities and now they're really enjoying them, but they're not just going to one city. They're building in multiple cities in multiple countries into one itinerary, and they're going for extended lengths of time. So it's not like they're just doing 1 or 2 days in the city. They may do Singapore, New York, and London all in one trip, and they may spend 5 or 6 days in each of those cities, plus the travel time as well. And it's really just a fun way to experience these different cultures, see how these different cities operate. And when they're there, they're not looking for the greatest hits. They've already usually been to these cities. They're looking for those kind of really unique, tucked away places. And a lot of this is driven by the cultural aspects of cities, but also the culinary side of cities too.
Yeah, again, that catered experience. And we're saying that not just with my generation, but also the younger generation as well. The experiences. They're not buying homes. They'd rather go on trips. It's fascinating to see how it's changed, and more of that adventure travel mindset that's out there. Misty, it's great to see you as always. Misty Bellis, thank you for being here.